The Polygamist. So everyone is talking about it. Personally, I have not watched it. And this is what I think. People are not shocked. People are relating to the plots. And I want to say this. While I am a believer of feminism and while I am a believer of mostly empowering women, I am also a believer that that doesn't take away from the fact that people ought to be held accountable. The only reason why an ethical polygamy exists is because there is a woman somewhere who is always willing to date a cheating man. There is a woman somewhere who is always willing to go the extra mile to hurt another woman by taking her spouse. And what do we do at the end of it all? Because people have been conditioned around misandry, all the hate and all the judgment is literally focused on the man. I'm going to say this without fear nor favor. The amount of kujituma watu wanajituma huku nje, I can't even talk enough about it. But the next thing I'm also going to say, if you actually settle for the position of a dirty little secret, it is clear that the only place that you're going to belong is at the side of the table as the extra dish where people place bones and food from the ground and everything. And I was having this conversation on a live stream, and I have seen a lady who was sort of trying to attack another one for talking with her husband through an awkward situation where an office girlfriend was getting audacious enough to starting to text them. And this person says, you're a pick me for talking to your husband, you are this and this. But at the end of the day, we all know the amount of things people out here be doing. Yeah? We know there are people who are insisting, acha nikutumie jazi hata kuja, hata jua, that is you to somebody's man. I don't mind being the second wife. These are statements from people. You are not his piece. That is why he's with me. This is the kind of attitude that is out there. And suddenly when something like The Polygamist is actually premiering on Netflix, then all of us are acting shocked. The question is, are people shocked or are people relating? Yeah? So yes, it's not a badge of honor that you are taking someone's leftovers. It's not something you should even brag about. It's not a badge of honor that you're literally the little dirty secret, the reason behind somebody's child somewhere, somebody's children somewhere, not having enough to eat, not having school fees. Oh, what do I recommend? If we actually identified a cheater and everyone said, no, I'm not going to get engaged with you, I'm not going to engage you because you are a cheater, then I feel like we would not be in this situation. But the fact that there is always someone somewhere who is always very willing to settle for a cheater, that is where problems begin. And the conversations we are having right now is that people can date their friends' exes, people can date their sisters' exes, and people can literally say yes to a proposal from their friends' fiancés. I don't want to believe that it's a women hate women society, but at the end of the day, we have a batch of women that is literally filled with rage towards other women for no apparent reason. And that is very, very unhealthy, even when it comes to the positioning of feminism in today's society. And this is why, even when we talked about the Maimahio situation where children were literally being sold off to pedophiles, we concentrated so much on their clients and we ignored the women in the middle women who were literally the ones pimping them to these particular scavengers. We need to have these conversations. They are uncomfortable, but at the end of the day, we want to bury our heads in the sand and assume that these things do not happen. Yes. The statements we have is hakuna bwana ya mtu, hakuna sijui nini, bwana ni wako akiwa kwa nyumba. And for whatever reason, we are finding these statements hilarious. And these statements are also doing harm to women. Because at the end of the day, I don't know if there is anyone who gets into a relationship and you want to get into a relationship for you to be not only cheated on, but also mocked by your opponent. Because that is the kind of situation that is created. And the only reason why a man will literally be getting two women to fight is because there is one particular woman that is very willing to feed this man's ego. Because like I said, if he came to you and you said, no, I don't deal with cheaters, this man would not have an option but to go home and maybe dismiss his wife, or maybe go home and just continue being faithful. Because we are actually people that are holding the right people accountable, not going for people that affirm our prejudices and people that actually make us comfortable. We need to have some of these uncomfortable conversations. And this is why, in my opinion, the polygamist is only common because most of the people can actually relate. And that's how Patsy sees it.